This evening, owner of Movietown expresses concerns over the nation's business climate. One RDC chairwoman says pay your taxes to get better service. Ministry of Education prepares to change the national curriculum in the region. Barbados' Prime Minister announces economic reforms. And internationally, Trump and Kim meet in historic summit.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Bramwell Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Today is Tuesday, June the 12th, 2018, and this edition of Headline News is now being streamed live on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us. The government of Guyana is working with the Inter-American Development Bank to advance the Guyana-Brazil land transport link and Deepwater port. At present, 3 companies have been engaged and are working simultaneously to help move various aspects of the project to fruition. The 3 studies will address where the Deepwater port should be located, the specifications of the Guyana-Brazil road link, and the socio-environmental impact of these projects on the region. Under the Technical Cooperation Agreement, a transport consultant, an expert in ports and logistics, has also been contracted to provide specialized supervision services. The results of the 3 studies will help the government of Guyana to make a determination which will be completed by early 2019. Movietown is just a few short months away from opening. The multi-million-dollar complex is expected to greatly impact the entertainment landscape of Guyana. Wendell Jeffrey was on a tour of the site today and filed this report.
Derek Chin, chairman and owner of the Movietown franchise, met with the press today. Mr. Chin cast a vision for his company and Guyana that was clear, concise, and doable.
We are doing our utmost to ensure that what we deliver to the people of Guyana is a truly great experience. You know, we have spent a lot of money to try and get it right. We continue to do the investment in Guyana, and at the end of the day, as we get a good feeling and as we get good vibes, you know, we're sparing nothing to try and make it, bring as many things in so that you all can have the same experience that many Trinidadians and Tobagoans have. We are going to try and make it something that you, the Guyanese people, are not going to be able to show off to the world, but also be able to take your families. It's very family oriented. We're not about just having a place and you just come to movies. We're going to be developing as we go along. So not everything is going to happen in the first year or the first 6 months. As I sit back and I see, just as I did in Trinidad, Trinidad is what we were in 2003 to where we are today in 2018. It's 2 different models.
The businessman said that the investment cost so far, which includes some unnecessary financial overruns, is about $40 million US, or some 8.4 billion Guyana dollars.
The project is approaching about, I would say, 40 million US when we started off with a project of 25 million US.
Chin said that he has also been encouraging other Guyanese with money to come home and invest in Guyana.
More and more Guyanese, and a great emphasis, Guyanese businessmen are now saying, you know what, and I told them, think like Nike, just do it, you know, it's going to be, this is the worst case scenario. We are going to do very well with what I hear, the feedback I get. And I don't do any scientific studies. I talk to the man on the street, I talk to the taxi drivers, I talk to the immigration officers, and every time I come, I get more encouraged.
The press tour of the Movietown's facility was a recommendation which came from the Private Sector Commission. The idea to meet with the press was born out of the reality that Mr. Chin is having some problems with some of the government service agencies, which are causing both delays to the project and also additional financial overruns.
Areas like electricity connections and stuff are the things that are giving us a little bit of challenge, and maybe I can ask some of these senior people here to help me in why we can't get a temporary connection. It's taking 6 weeks now, and this is holding back the fact that we don't have enough current to really test the systems.
Chin also listed other problems he has with getting government agencies to provide much needed assistance. He said that the delays are setting him back millions of dollars in direct costs. His constant lament about the disappointing service of some of the government agencies caused Mr. Deodat Indar, chairman of the Private Sector Commission, to take the mic and make this pledge.
I would offer myself as a conduit between your development and the government, so that if there's any kind of ironing out to do, once we can assist, once we can call somebody that we know that can get something done, we will try to make sure that we do so.
Chin, who is Guyanese born, now resides in Trinidad. He said that leaders of other countries are approaching him, asking him to set up his movie town franchise in their countries.
Prime Minister's coming to Trinidad to ask me what do they need to do for me to come to their island. And I'm talking from Dr. Gonzalez in St. Vincent to Mr. Chastanet in St. Lucia to Mr. Gaskin Brown in Antigua to hopefully, well, we haven't touched Barbados yet, they've got a new Prime Minister, but also Jamaica. So it will become, hopefully, in the next 5 years, a very strong regional brand.
For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. The Ministry of Education is preparing to reform the national curriculum. The Ministry of Education, through the Guyana Education Sector Improvement Project, is conducting a series of consultations across the country as part of efforts to reform the national curriculum. These sessions are the first part of the Integrated Curriculum Reform Plan. The $6.03 million project is intended to improve student achievement at nursery, primary, and at lower secondary levels. This will be achieved by implementing a phased revision of the curriculum, both content-wise and the methods utilized. Emphasis will be placed on interactive, student-centered teaching methods, social inclusion, and gender-informed approaches. Several schools will be selected for the pilot program. The pilot schools will represent a broad cross-section of the nation's schools, both coast and hinterland. The Ministry of Education intends to draw on the experience of the pilot schools, and feedback gathered will inform further revisions before the new subject curriculum is scaled up nationwide. The first subject curriculum to be revised, piloted, and scaled up nationwide will be primary level mathematics. The project will then repeat the process for secondary level mathematics and primary level English, followed in later years by secondary English and other subjects, as well as the nursery curriculum. To augment student learning, the Ministry of Education will provide training for its staff on current best practices in curriculum writing, teaching methods, and teacher training. Additionally, teaching guides and course outlines for selected subjects for nursery, primary, and lower secondary grades will also be produced. Today, the First Lady, Sandra Granger, encouraged students of Betterverwagton Secondary School to excel in their future career paths. Esther Sobers has more in this report.
B&J Civil Works is celebrating their 25th anniversary with a span of activities planned for this year. Today, they hosted a career talk at the Betterverwagton Secondary School with the B&J Managing Director, Beverly Tapp, the First Lady of Guyana, amongst others. They gave an insightful advice to the students gathered.
Whether man or woman, as a youngster, you need to aspire in the same way, whether boy or girl. Right? In order to achieve, you have to aspire. And I trust that when you would have graduated, that you will choose whatever career you want.
Technology is moving at a fast pace. With this in mind, First Lady Sandra Granger spoke of the importance of being knowledgeable in science, technology, engineering, and math.
You are required to have knowledge in STEM. As Mrs. Tapp said, you have to know your English because you have to communicate, but you must be proficient in your science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And I hope you will have become interested in robotics, because robots are going to be doing 60% of the jobs in the near future, and 70% of our jobs will require knowledge of computer science. I read, I think it was a UNIFEM report the other day, that said women's jobs, 90% of the jobs done by women will become obsolete. So particularly for the young ladies in this group, I would like to encourage you to start looking at STEM and the ways you can advance in those fields.
After the various speakers delivered their messages, the students were given an opportunity to win prizes with a question and answer segment.
Which year B&J Civil Works was established? 1993. She observed her surrounding and that
The students and teachers in attendance at the event were given tokens, compliments of B&J Civil Works. The company plans to continue giving back to the community with a contribution of a boat to indigenous communities scheduled later this month. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Don't go away. Coming up after the break, RDC chairwoman encourages residents to pay their taxes. And H&T Theater Arts presents Dedication to Daddy. But first, here's today's foreign currency exchange rates. For the latest in news from Guyana, the region, and beyond, visit our website, headlinenewsguyana.com.
The Big King you love just chickened out. Introducing the new Chicken Big King with 2 crispy chicken patties and our signature king sauce. The new Chicken Big King, now part of our Burger King favorites. Only at Burger King, where taste is king.
You know, I'm tired telling you, stop thief electricity. Don't shush me. You're going to kill yourself and burn down people out. Stop, I'm telling you, stop. This man don't hear you know. Hiya go. Look, I fed up with this stupidness, eh? I gonna fix this one here once and for all. Hello, GPL? Here now, I got a big problem wrong here. They got this chap who continuing to do this. Alright, Skipper, you are under arrest for stealing the electricity.
How we gonna live now?
People, stealing electricity is dangerous to life and property, and it is also against the law.
For the father that does everything, plus has to put up with you, you should get him only the best. At Clarence, from the casual dad to the classic man, Clarence has everything. Sneakers, jeans, t-shirts, suits, shirts, from 25 to 50% off, shoes, belts, wallets, shades, and colognes at great discounts in store.
This sale is for 2 days, June 15th and 16th.
Have a happy Father's Day when you shop at Clarence on Church Street. Clarence, for quality clothing at affordable prices, always keeping you in style.
Welcome back. The chairwoman for Region 4's RDC urges residents to pay their taxes. BB Backus tells us more in this report.
One RDC chairperson says, if you want better service, pay your taxes. The nation's neighborhood democratic councils are strapped for cash, and the chairperson of Regional Democratic Council, Region 4 Genevieve Allen, is none too pleased about this fact. Unfortunately, the current taxation structure doesn't do much to help this situation.
There is one particular NDC where the rates are very, very low, because in that NDC, the residents only pay the rate for land. They don't pay rates on the building.
With only 60% of rates being collected in Demerara, Mahaica, Allen explains that if residents want to see improvement in their neighborhoods, they need to pay their rates and taxes.
Do a review of what happened last year. Their rate collection might have been 50 or 60% of the rates collectible. But there are a large number of NDCs that have outstanding balances on rates. And this would have been accumulated over a number of years.
Low taxes coupled with relatively low collection rates means that NDCs are often not able to adequately perform the services they are entrusted to provide to their communities. Allen further explained that NDCs are expected to provide the services of solid waste collection, environmental management, and market facilities. They are required to maintain the burial grounds and cemeteries, recreational facilities, and the drainage and irrigation waterways. It is not central government that takes care of the local services directly. Those services are provided by the local organ, which is that of the NDCs. For Channel 2 Headline News, Bibi Bacchus.
Thanks, Bibi. Last Wednesday, agents of the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit made one of the largest drug busts in the organization's history. Today, the 5 men who were implicated in the bust in Parika, East Bank, Essequibo, appeared before the Lenora Magistrates Court. Kamaraj Lal, Marlon Lawrence, Rajendra Prasad, and Dudnath Chattergoon all pleaded not guilty to being in possession of cocaine and cannabis for the purpose of trafficking. However, the 5th man, Cleveland Thornhill, pleaded guilty to all the charges. The charge alleges that on June 6, 2018, the 5 men were found with 35 kilograms of marijuana along with 13.8 kilograms of cocaine in their possession for the purpose of trafficking. The 5 men were remanded to prison and expected to reappear in court on July 3, 2018. Father's Day is this Sunday, and H&T Theater Arts has a special gift for the dad in your life. Here's more.
No offense to moms, but moms had their day. On Sunday, we are just looking after the fathers.
H&T Theater Arts Group is showing Dad some love on Father's Day. They present Dedication to Daddy 2. Director Sharon Cadogan-Taylor explains.
It's a variety show. We have a short play intertwined with song, dance, and drama. And it's a lineup of very talented local artists. I can go as far as saying super talented. Henry Rodney, we have Sonia Yard, we have Barbara Lee, we have Max Messiah, Colin Ambrose, Cleveland Hudson, Neelan Benjamin, Leslie Johnson, Keon Haywood. We have Creative Arts Dance Company. We're going to be doing a father-son dance. I guess that's never been seen before. A father-son hip-hop dance on the program. And then Delisha Wright, that's a young lady that we just discovered, a super talented, a beautiful voice. She's going to be serenading the fathers. We have Fiona De Silva all the way from Mary.
This is the second installment of the performance, and this one includes a surprise for several lucky fathers.
On the show, we're going to be honoring 5 fathers who were recommended to us as exemplary fathers. That's a feature that we intend to make of the show as well.
But those select fathers aren't the only ones getting gifts.
Fathers are going to be treated to a superb entertainment. We intend to greet fathers at the door with a complimentary glass of wine and a token. And then, too, they would have the opportunity of walking away with fabulous door prizes.
It all goes down this Father's Day, Sunday, June the 17th, 8 p.m. at the National Cultural Center. Tickets are $1,500. Police are investigating the circumstances surrounding the death of a young woman who was allegedly forced out of a moving vehicle last Sunday. 20-year-old Sasha Adams was originally of Pomeroon Supanam. Police reports indicate that Adams's boyfriend claimed that Adams had fallen out of his vehicle while he was driving at about 8 p.m. on Lamaha Street in Georgetown. Investigators suggest otherwise. They report that it appears as though the woman was struck in the head and then pushed out of the moving car, resulting in her sustaining severe fatal head injuries. Adams's boyfriend is presently in police custody assisting with investigations. Don't go away. Coming up after the break, Barbados Prime Minister announces economic reforms, and Trump and Kim meet in historic summit. But first, here's this week's bridge retraction schedule.
Mom, what are you doing with GPL on your list?
Child, you forgot I have to pay GPL?
You got time with GPL?
I have to keep these lights on. The customers who think in that manner and refuse to honor their obligation to GPL are obviously not playing their part in ensuring quality service delivery. So, I will continue to pay my GPL bill on time, every time.
I recognize the value of your point, Mom. You were right.
For the father that does everything, plus has to put up with you, you should get him only the best. At Clarence, from the casual dad to the classic man, Clarence has everything. Sneakers, jeans, t-shirts, suits, shirts, from 25 to 50% off, shoes, belts, wallets, shades, and colognes at great discounts in store.
This sale is for 2 days, June 15th and 16th.
Have a happy Father's Day when you shop at Clarence on Church Street. Clarence, for quality clothing at affordable prices, always keeping you in style.
Welcome back. Here's Bibi Bacchus with the regional and international headlines of the day.
Newly elected Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Mottley, yesterday presented the first phase of a three-part Barbados Economic Transformation Recovery Plan. The plan aims to significantly improve the country's fiscal deficit in the shortest possible time. Mottley told the House of Assembly the wide-ranging plan would see a reduction of $215 million Barbadian dollars in the government spending in the initial phase and allow the country to see economic growth in 36 months. At the same time, she also asked Barbadians to pay for better health care and maintenance of sewage services through specialized taxation. Panama's former president, Ricardo Martinelli, has been extradited from the United States to his home country to face charges of corruption and illegal wiretapping. He has been accused of using public funds to monitor the phone conversations of over 150 people, including politicians and journalists. Martinelli governed the Central American nation from 2009 to 2014. He says he is a victim of political vendetta. And in international news, today, U.S. President Donald Trump met with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. The historic summit held in Singapore ended in a joint agreement. The signed document includes a pledge from Kim to rid the Korean peninsula of nuclear weapons. Trump later said the U.S. would suspend its military exercises that have infuriated Korea, which analysts see as an apparent concession. It was the first time a sitting U.S. president met with a North Korean leader. And finally, Spain announced Monday that it would allow the Aquarius to dock in Valencia after it was refused entry by Italy's new right-wing government. The Aquarius is carrying more than 600 migrants who were pulled out of the sea by rescuers over the weekend. It was left stranded in the Mediterranean after Matteo Salvini, Italy's hardline interior minister and leader of the anti-immigration League Party, refused to allow it to dock on Sunday. For Channel 2 Headline News, Bibi Bacchus.
Thanks, Bibi. Here's the weather for the week. And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Tuesday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, headlinenewsguyana.com. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast, and Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock for more news. For now, I'm George Gonzalez, signing out from this newscast, saying thank you for welcoming us into your homes, and do have a blessed evening.